Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a Dougie bow or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's go and get into this video. Now, y'all know I gotta give my summary. I'm not gonna lie. I was here for the drama. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, because I know early on I was like, Pootie and Landon, they get on my nerves. I get tired of their drama. But the fact, and one of y'all clocked that T. Y'all clocked it, y'all. One of y'all was in the comments, and I literally just read it. Shout out to you. You know who you are. They was like, on the panel, Pootie started talking about Landon's health and everything. Now, mind y'all, okay, let me tell y'all, when I seen it, when he was talking about his health, y'all, mine had paused. It had paused that all you seen was Pootie's eyes getting buck and him saying the word. Like, literally, it shocked me because it was on pause. I'm like, what's going on? Like, okay, is my service bad? And then and you heard what he said. Now, I do think he wrong for what he said, but how it came on my phone, it was funny. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because it was like, really? Then, mind you, he did all that blowing. My feelings was hurt. He made me mad. Saturday. He ain't gonna call me baby boo. Him, the boyfriend, Landon trying to get out there. Hands on your knees, man, talk for me. You know, I seen at one point Landon was trying to kiss the boyfriend. The boyfriend was giving like, I'll fool with you like that. Then he was like, ride him, Pootie, how you used to ride me. Don't do too much. Know your place. Like, I hate when folks trying to be funny. Like, you trying to cop block. You trying to mess it up. Okay, so, yeah. It was a lot going on. But I'm happy for Pootie. Hey, hands on your knee, one twerk from me. Okay, it was funny to me. Like, I was like, okay, Pootie is living his life. I know that's right. Pootie living life. Simple. All right, now that we got the weekend, think I got it covered for the weekend out the way. Let's move into the episode. So I definitely thought the episode was good. You know, it was a slow build. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely skipped through, when they was doing the paintball stuff. Skip through. Man took Landon where he didn't want to go. In the bushes. Landon's trail. He hit the corner on him. He said, nah, baby, ain't about to get me in the bush too long. So he got out the bushes, as y'all seen. I love the commentary on the Bushes incident. I like that man's commentary, and I like the Cashie's commentary, like in the midst of the fight. That junk was too funny to me. Now, with Pootie, y'all know Pootie usually loses his fights when it comes to him and Landon fighting. Landon must have still been tired, because Pootie was uppercut. Just for all the times. Just for all the times. Ken is just standing there. I'm not gonna lie. Ken is just still standing there. He is still just standing there. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Ken a little bit redeemed himself to me, because this weekend he got the fight and he took that boy where he didn't want to go. So it's kind of like, okay, we know you can really bang. He gives. That's when I had to bring that dog out. You know what I'm saying? So when he does fight on the show, it is given that he's going to take these boys where they don't want to go. And this episode was a lot about Ken too. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, he was sprinkled in there a little bit. But overall, the end of the episode is what I really liked it the most. For real. And Katari, I said calm down. God, Katari had me. I said calm down. I said what I said. I said, calm down. He said, calm down. He said, close those doors. Close the doors. Close them. Lock them. Okay, y'all, I play too much. Let's go and get into the video. So we start the episode off with Nickel Boy basically just saying, he gonna beat up for Isaiah. The table's turned on Pootie, and he gonna get down with his brother every time, which I definitely understand. That is something I do like about Nickel Boy. I do feel as though Nickel Boy ain't necessarily trying to be famous. He more so is standing on business behind his little brother. Isaiah's his little brother. Rain, sleet, and snow. He gonna get out there for his little brother every time. And I don't blame him. And that is something that I do like about him. I don't think that he's chasing fame. He won't clout. It's more like, I come on here to stand behind my brother. I'm not finna get in the mix. I ain't mixy. I ain't messy. You know, that's what me and my brother are not alike. But I come on here to defend my brother and have my brother back, you know. And I will say this to an extent, no shade. Don't nobody be trying Isaiah like that. Now that Nickel Boy's around, I definitely think, you know, sometimes the dynamic do change when Nickel Boy comes in the building. You know, if Isaiah by himself, you know, that's one thing. But I feel as though when Nickel Boy is in the room or around, it don't be that many people trying to buck up at Isaiah. I don't know. That's just my opinion about that. Now, they showed us a conversation between Ty basically telling Jonathan everything that was going on, just updating Jonathan on everything. As y'all know, at one point, they was trying to get Jonathan to come join the Playboys. That did not happen because of whatever circumstances. I know Cashew was saying if he had to fight Jonathan, he wanted more money. I do remember that. And I don't know if they was negotiating the money talk with Jonathan too. I don't really know, but obviously y'all know then Jonathan came to the boxing match and tore Cashy and took him where he didn't want to go, where he didn't need to go, where he didn't even know that he was going to go, but he went there, you know? So Ty is basically just talking about Marty. I didn't know him and Marty even had beef. Honestly, I couldn't watch the auditions. I really couldn't get into it because it was so chaotic. And it gave like, now that's TV when they first started to me. It just wasn't organized. It was a lot going on. And I don't feel like that was a good audition. When they did season 2 auditions where Isaiah got beat up by that old man, and y'all, I don't know why that was my favorite part. Like, it's not Isaiah, it's the way that man just beat him up like that. Like, that grown, oversized man just beating on Isaiah like that. He had no business doing that. You know, I see why Nickel Boy and them jumped in, because he really had no business doing Isaiah like that. Like, that was weird, you know. Like, he was doing a little much. He needed to be calmed down. But anyways, I feel like that was a better one. And then we had the Cashy versus Mac. Then, you know, obviously we met the twins. We met Kai. You know, we met all them at the season 2 audition. I feel like that was their best audition to me as far as like the guys' auditions. But again, the new one, season 3 auditions, just it was whack. I couldn't get into it. Anyway. So he just telling him how him and Marty got beef and how Solo and Marty ran they fade, but he was going to be next. But Marty, you know, I was quote unquote shut, which his eye is fine. I don't know why they keep saying his eye is shut. His eye literally is fine. It might be black, but it's not shut. I don't know why they keep saying that. Now, if y'all don't know, Tay, Ty, Solo, and Sheik, I believe all them live in Texas. And I know Sheik was already cool with Jonathan. So I'm guessing, you know, by association, Tay, obviously Ty is cool with Jonathan. I believe they cousins. You know, I think all them cool because all them in the same city. I don't know what part of Texas they live in, but, you know, I think all them cool. So when Solo ran it, it was like Solo ran it for all of them, for real. But Ty said he gonna come get that. You see, we didn't see them get that, so he didn't get it. And honestly, I think they picked Ty because of his association with Jonathan. And, you know, obviously he get views on social media for doing hair. I don't see any other reason why they brought him on TV. Because truly, this is episode 8 and he has wasted my time. All 8 episodes. Now we move over to House B, and the only thing I could focus on was these 3 hickeys on Pootie neck. That was it. Sway ends up having a conversation with them how he a real nigga and how he gonna keep it 100 every time. Y'all already know that just don't be the case in my opinion. I really don't think he keep it 100. I definitely think he is biased just like all of us. And he has favorites as well. And, you know, he talked to certain people certain ways and he moved on certain people certain ways. Honestly, for example, When it's Cashmere, he always goes to the internet. He's always gonna go back and forth with Cashmere. He's always gonna do that. When Naj sat up there and said how she don't deal with Now That's TV no more, literally he paid her dust. Paid her dust. Paid her dust. When Ant said something about how they wasn't gonna do the two-headed ghost show no more, he came out, never had a problem saying, "Oh no, they're gonna do this two-headed ghost show." So he does pick and choose who he want to bother or who he want to be cool with. He definitely picks and chooses. Okay, he don't keep it 100 all the time. In my opinion, he picks and chooses who he wants to keep it 100 with. Okay, he ice skates around some of these folks. Now the drama continues between Landon and Pootie. I ain't gonna lie, like I told y'all early on, when I first started, I'm like, I don't want to see this. Get away from me. Leave me alone. I don't want to see the drama. But now, girl, the drama getting good. I ain't gonna lie, girl. I'm eating it up. I'm like, what's next on the episode? Pootie and Landon. I ain't gonna lie. Like, a little bit, I kind of like it. Okay, boom. So, Isaiah is trying to get Pootie and Landon a fight. And it comes true. So, with him doing that, Landon and me did reverse psychology and then started to get into it with Pootie. Now, mind you, he is sending Isaiah a face because the night before, he was on the van chilling, watching his house get jumped. All right. So he watched his house get jumped. After he watched his house get jumped, he went back to the house, being like, you know I don't do that. I was on the bed. But today, you're in Isaiah's face. You in Isaiah's face. You're trying to be cool, everything. So Isaiah post showing Pootie like, look at him. He in my face. And I remember when this blew up, and I really didn't understand why it was just so serious on the blogs. But I see why now. So Pootie, Landon comes back to the van or whatever. I guess he's recording. Pootie's recording him. In the midst of Pootie recording him, he take his phone. He see that he's texting somebody. I don't know who this person is. Y'all let me know who this person is because I don't know who this person is. Whoever this person is that Pootie's texting. So Pootie told him that he loved him. He's like, this my brother. This my brother. Landon like, put it on something. Put it on something. Pootie laughing because he know that's not his brother. Maybe you know how they love to say to everybody they brother. Then they get bent over. Okay, simple. So he said, put it on something, da. And I feel like Pootie seen that he was using reverse psychology on him, and then he take off on Landon. I don't think Landon let his guard down or anything. I think the fact that he called all them beforehand to make sure all them was good and that he didn't have no issues with them. I think that, he thought that Pootie wasn't going to hit him or try to fight him because he had already called and settled their differences. So when Pootie then hit him, when he get to crying and everything, I think he was more so embarrassed by the fact that he had called everybody, copping pleas, making sure they was good. And then the same person that he made sure he was good with then took off on him. So I felt like after Pootie took off on him, he was more so embarrassed than being like, oh, I loved you. I let my guard down. I think it was more like him just being embarrassed because he didn't take off on Pootie when he was supposed to. But Pootie then took off on him out of nowhere. So it was like, okay, not like I spared you, but more like I wasn't trying to fight you. And if I did fight you, it was going to be on my terms. Now you making me fight you, and I didn't want to do that. Like, I wasn't going to fight you. And if I was going to fight you again, it was going to be on my terms. It wasn't going to be on yours. So now you've embarrassed me. And now I got to put my hands on you and show you that you're not going to embarrass me on here. And like, I think the parasites, and his plan to manipulate and everything to go his way backfired on him when Pootie hit him. And honestly, I think Pootie hit Landon because you got to think about it. We not together. We playing the role for the 5 days. Yeah, we doing what we need to do, but I don't mess with you like that. And you already been playing in my face. You didn't help me when I was getting jumped. You said you was gonna ride for me. You didn't ride for me. Now you questioning me? Nigga, you going through my phone? Nigga. Pop! Like, I definitely think that's where the pop came from. The pop came from like, don't play with me. You ain't playing on my top. And now you want to go through my phone? Like, we together? Like, we ain't together? Like, who you talking to? Like, this ain't that. You don't get to pick and choose when I'm your man. Pop! Now, Man ends up speaking his piece because obviously him and Pootie are best friends. So he ends up landing on like, hey, I don't like the way you did it. But I will say this. Man, that had nothing to do with you because Pootie did jump off on Landon first. So Landon not in the wrong for wanting to get his one or get up with Pootie because Pootie did sock him first. Even though he was trying to manipulate the situation, Pootie took it to the next level by putting his hands on Landon. So no, I don't think Man in the right in taking Landon where he didn't want to go because your friend socked him. But also too, Man said that Landon was talking on the net saying like, oh, he ain't fight nobody. Yeah, he ain't really doing nothing, So I get it as well. Like, you got my name in your mouth. You already know we got tension. Like, don't have my name in your mouth. Like, keep my name out of your mouth. Don't say nothing. So Rizé ends up, kind of clearing the tension. And he told some, let's fight the kids here. He is a kid. I need a drink. Like, he is so funny. And I'm not mad at Isaiah for stirring the pot. This is his show. He's a CEO. Why not stir the pot? Why not, make y'all give us a show? Y'all are here to sock. Y'all are not here to just, he gonna call me baby boo. Like, we're not here to do all that. We're not here to make TikToks. We're not here to get on live and kiki and be buddy. Y'all are here to put on a show. So a show got to be put on. What LaRue do? What LaRue do? I ain't got no beef with LaRue. I'm just saying. Now, why LaRue getting scrapes from Ant? What's the beef? But no shade to Landon. Pootie always be putting his hands on you, though. Like, again, I go back to my point. I don't feel like Landon was the problem necessarily in this moment. But I do think because he is always trying to manipulate and put pieces together and he's strategizing, his plan kind of blew up on him in a way. And again, I feel as though he's embarrassed because he never put in his plan that Pootie would hit him. That was never a part of the plan. The plan was, hey, it's going to go smooth. I'm not going to fight Mom. I'm not going to fight Pootie. I'm not going to fight any of them. I might hit Khalil here and there. I might hit some of these new boys, but I'm not necessarily going to catch a fade with people that they're looking for me to catch a fade with. And then, obviously, he does catch a fade with these folks. And obviously, neither one of the fades go his way when it comes to Pootie nor when it comes to Man. So again, like I said, he's a strategist. I don't think that he ever thought that Pootie was going to turn on him like that. Because, and again, too, he always controls Pootie. Pootie, to me, when it comes to Landon, is easily manipulated from what I see. So again, like I said before, I don't think that he ever thought that Pootie would, do that to him. So I think that's what has him like messed up and he crying and all this because again, he's embarrassed. But I'm not gonna lie, even though he's crying and he embarrassed, Landon look good. He is fit. Bad to the bone. I mean, the muscles look good. The body is bodying. Yeah. I'm from the hood. He look good. I ain't gonna lie. Now, Katari comes up to Ken, from my understanding, basically saying, like, we are from Texas. You fake because you should have took our light work and got Marty because Marty in your house. Ken feels as though y'all ain't get my light work with Zeta, so why would I get y'all light work with Marty? That's my understanding. Honestly, from my understanding, it all boils down to Ty needing to get Marty. They ain't got it. That's a storyline that, could be continued, but not a storyline I truly care about. If they get into it more on the panel and give us a little more detail, then I care. But that's not even something that I truly care about with this episode. Skip. So apparently Ty is getting Ken. If Jonathan ain't around, hey, Ken, work your set. I don't think that Ty is taking Ken nowhere. Nowhere that he don't want to go. I don't think Ty on Ken worst day is taking him anywhere. Unless Jonathan jump in and just be like, Ken, but Ty, girl, bye. Now we need to bring her a diaper. Now we need to bring you a diaper and you're not running your face. Girl, that is hilarious. I do think Ken is a follower. I do. No shade. I definitely think Ken from House B right now is giving weakest link. He ain't doing that. He just there. He talk a lot. He really talk too much. He need to shut up. So I like the fact that a lot of them is calling Ken out. And they are saying that Ken need to get down. Now, again, like I told y'all, from what I seen on the internet and from the clips they did show at the audition, Ken definitely get down when he mad at. When he bring that dog out, the dog is out and he can fight good. We just ain't seen it yet. The next episode, we supposed to see him get down. And I can't wait because, it need to balance out. Ty ends up saying that nobody his size is getting up with him. Then Cassie just, exactly. He did say Landon is a snake. Y'all know we already know that. Y'all, the commentary for when Landon and Man fight is hilarious. He said, I told her fuck her and everything she stand for. I didn't think he had the balls. But he got his ass whooped though. It's no man gonna fight Man. And God, it's them edited. They did that. That last part. Y'all, the editing on that, the commentary on that was everything. I told her fuck her and everything she stand for. He called out Man. I didn't think he had the balls, but he got his ass whooped. Girl, that took me. And the thing about it is, Kenan said this in another episode where he said, it ain't no man you want to fight Man. It's no man you have to fight Man. He just don't go. Like, literally, he said this in another episode. So I think it's hilarious. And then Man said, bitch, you wheezing before I get up off you. Yes, baby. As soon as the fight was over, baby. Like he literally is catching his breath. He's catching his breath, but he definitely got his ass whooped. But he was up in there though. One thing about it, he was moving, baby. He was like, nah. And Man was going with him. Man was following him every which way. Now, one thing I respect about Man though, Man was like, all right, that's it. Now you know to shut up. Don't say nothing else about me. Literally. Because Man really know what he could do. And the fact that he was just like, okay, I got you, tore you up real quick, put you in that blender, bout you, whacked you real quick, took you where you didn't want to go, and got your mama over here seeing where I took you. I love the fact that he was just like, okay, one round, I'm done with you. I like that because he didn't have to do that. And he knew that it was easy for him to take Landon where he didn't want to go. He knew that. Ken is so messy. Ken is the side chick, allegedly, that don't ever get on. Like, mind you, Pootie and Landon finna fight. Oh, they finna fight. You right there, front stage. Like, baby, you making it too obvious, boo. Ant is so mature. Ant is one of them friends. He really don't want to see people fight for no reason. Like, he like, okay, y'all gonna squash it after. Him and Kayla, to me, are very mature. And he is a really good friend. Like, Ant is one of them ride or die friends for real. Even though I don't think he's necessarily super close with either one of them, I think it was just a thing too of like, okay, just get this little friendly fade out the way so we can all get back to business. Now, Landon, baby, Landon and Pootie started fighting. Let me tell you, in the beginning when I seen Pootie head drop, I was like, dang, oh my God, Pootie about to lose. Pootie picked that head up. That uppercut was lethal, man. That uppercut was lethal. He was taking him where he didn't want to go. He said, yeah, you thought. And mind you, Landon came in, head down. He said, yeah, head down. But let me tell you something. What I respect about Pootie. A lot of people sleep on Pootie thinking that Pootie can't fight. I don't know why they feel like Pootie can't fight. I mean, of course, we've seen Pootie lose fades, but we also seen him win with the best of them too, And I think I think that, it's time to put some respect on Pootie's name. Definitely. Pootie is definitely one of our heavy hitters as the males of Now That's TV. He gonna get down what he mad at with anybody. He don't care. He don't pick and choose. And y'all gonna stop playing with him. Y'all gonna stop thinking that he's somebody to play with. He's somebody that you're not gonna take serious. Like, you should always think your opponent is going to put up their best. And one thing about it, they continue to think that he ain't gonna get him no work, and he continues to work their ass every time. Man pushed security into the tree. He really took that man where he didn't wanna go. The bull is coming full force and you decide to get in front. All right, that's what you get. Good. Hopefully that man did not hit his head on the tree or anything like that. I hope not. But that is it, y'all. This was a great episode. Honestly, I was more so just here for the drama between Landon, Pootie, and Man, more so than a small little drama for Ken and Ty and all them. If they gonna get down where they mad at, get down today, not tomorrow. Let's stop talking about it and be about it. But until next time, I'll see y'all in the next episode. I love y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. How are y'all feeling about Playboy so far? I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. You know what up? I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. Come on, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a Dougie bow, or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into today's video. So, y'all, we are getting into Dully and Solo's bad blood. Now, first things first. The Caucasian man was irritating me. Oh my God. Girl, he just kept talking. I wanted to say, shut it. God damn, don't let him host another Bad Blood. I don't care if he made it up or what. I don't care. Don't let him host another one. He was getting on my last nerve. Oh my God. At one point, he gonna ask Solo, so you don't want to fight anymore? I gagged. That is the wrong thing to say. That should never come out your mouth. Ever. That should never come out your mouth. If anything, baby, Isaiah was like, what we doing? Let's go. Come on. You're going to get another round then. Da-da-da. Okay. So my thing is, when it comes to Solo and Tay, I definitely think they underestimated Dully and Ken. Mind you, Dully and Ken, obviously don't look like they'll give it up, but they do give it up. I'm not gonna lie. I think out of everybody, Ken got told the most. Cause ooh. He was crying and everything. I'm crying for him. I said, you know what? He didn't even come on that type of time, and he got done the worst. I definitely think Ken got done the worst. His eye getting black. He crying. Like, he definitely was bruised up. He definitely was bruised up. I'm not gonna lie. And, he wasn't even coming on that type of time. Now, obviously, on Playboy's episode 8 that came out this Sunday with Bad Blood, I was telling y'all, I really didn't care about what the Texas boys really had going on. I was more so caught up in the drama with Landon, Pootie, and Man. So I really wasn't stunned what they had going on. The fact that they didn't brought it to Bad Blood, I definitely think that was good that they put the Bad Blood here this Sunday, so it can make more sense. So all the Texas boys feels like Ken is an op. But Ken gonna do what he want to do. Ken gonna be cool wherever he want to be cool with. And I don't blame Ken for that. We grown. I don't owe y'all no loyalty. Like, I'm not dealing with that. Now, Solo and Ty is cousins. I didn't know that. I thought they was just close. I didn't know they was cousins though. But okay. And Tay and Solo are close. They friends. I guess they besties because, mind you, Tay did not mind. Tay was like, okay. But again, I definitely think with Ken, Tay underestimated Ken, so he had to go and whoop Ken real quick that second round. I'm not gonna lie to you, he had to go and whoop Ken real quick that second round. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I definitely don't care about all that dialogue. Like, he just kept any dialogue. They don't need a whole bunch of dialogue, baby. We as the audience just need to know what happened. Thank you for putting it in the beginning to tell us Dully's side. But after that, what more dialogue do they need? They gonna be cool after this, but Dully had to get his lick back real quick. I don't blame Dully. And I'll be wanting you every time I see you too. Now, I think before this, Dully didn't fight like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the situation that happened on season 1, Playboys turned Dully into this person that he is today, where he don't mind, he don't let nobody play with him, and Dully fight for real. Like, Dully gonna come wherever he need to come by himself with people. Like, Dully really give it up. And I definitely think, him and Pootie have a similar story of people seeing him get beat up in that closet, and then they felt like Dully was an easy task, and he been taking these boys one by one. When it came to Landon, he made Landon hit the curb. Y'all know what I'm talking. If y'all know, y'all know. If y'all been here for a while, y'all know we talked about this. But he fought Landon. He did his thing with Landon. He got to fight with Isaiah. He got to fight with Pootie. He don't mind. He gonna fight any of them. He got to fight with Cashy. Dully do not mind. So Dully definitely is not no easy task. I definitely think when Solo came in, like he says, this same person I beat up in the closet. Nah, nigga, this ain't the same person. It's Solo. Like sober. Like, this is a sober Dully. You know what I'm saying? Sober. He on that. He fiending for his drug. He on that. He ready, and he ready to get in the field. And I don't blame Dully for having that energy and being pumped up. I was irritated. Like, they kept trying to get the dialogue in the middle. He was like, come on. And I definitely felt like while his adrenaline was up, let them go and fight. We don't need the adrenaline to calm all the way down. Calm all the way down. And then, them get into it again. That was irritating me. I like all that dialogue, and keep asking them for dialogue was very, very, very annoying to me. Like, get to the point. We're here for the fight. Let's get it. Let's rumble. Let's get that. So let's go and get into the video. So in the beginning, just to wrap it up, sum it up real quick. Dully was letting it be known, he just came to get his fade. He came to get his fair one. He not gonna drag it out, but he just want to get his fade. He's not going to continue to beef with Solo. He just want to let Solo know, hey, nigga, you got that one. I'm going to give you that one, nigga. But me today, you can't mess with me today. This ain't the Dully that was in the closet. This the Dully that's here fighting you on this concrete. Which I definitely understand that he deserved to get his lick back. He definitely needed a fair head up. Not only that, Ken, I get what Ken coming from too. Ken and Tay more so was just being neutral, saying if somebody jump in, they was gonna handle it or whatever. Cool, great, awesome. I love that. Love that for y'all. Now, the whole premiere situation, I don't know if Swag talked to Dully and Solo at the premiere and, filmed it, letting us know that they was gonna do a Bad Blood. I don't know if it was at the premiere that's when he set it up. But, obviously they seen each other face to face, and that's when Swag set up the Bad Blood. But with Dully coming to the Bad Blood, I guess Solo felt the way because he don't want to be on eggshells. Obviously he know the way he did Dully. He know Dully is still wanting his lick back. And Dully live in Atlanta, and I think the premiere was in ATL. So, he didn't want to be on eggshells. But again, the man wanted his face. So rain, sleet, or snow, on camera, off camera, he needed it. Now, this was something I forgot to say in my summary in the beginning, or my first thoughts. The crazy thing is, this whole time, Solo was like, it ain't that deep to me. If he want another round, but on live, he going live every time, like, tore you the first round. Second round, I told you I was a tie. First round, I told you it was a tie. Second round, I tore him. This and that. Baby, they had to beg you to get in the second round. No shade. They had to coach you in the second round. I really think that's crazy that he was doing all that popping on the internet, and we literally see the live footage, and they having to beg you to even get a second round with him. Because that first round, again, you thinking this the nigga in the closet. And he's not, this not the nigga in the closet no more. So the fact that he was on the internet being like, I tore you, bitch, I whooped you, no shade. You ain't whoop on him like you thought you whooped on him. it did not give whoop on him. But we're gonna get into that. But I just wanted to go speak that up and talk about that because I just seen not too long ago him saying, yeah, y'all know the bad blood coming out. And you know, I already told y'all what it gave. First round tie, second round, I whooped him, I dropped him, I beat him up. Like, but on the episode, if he want another round, like it's not that deep to me. Like, man, did I really do good? Like, come on, tell me the truth. Girl, you was not that confident in yourself, Boogs. You was not that confident in yourself, Boogs. Now, what pissed me off with Dully told me something. I just got the fight last night, so my hand. My thing is this, Dully, you been fiending for this for the longest. Fiending for this fade. And now my hand. Baby, you could have told whoever you fought, hey, I'm going to see you in a minute. I can't fight you right now. I can fight you the next day or something like that. You could have put that fade on hold. You should have came to me 100% ready. Even though you did do your thing, it was irritating to me because, you know, we've been room for you. We've been waiting on you to be able to get your one in with him. And the fact that you were like, my hand, you know, I'm going to do my rounds with my hand. That did get on my nerves. All right, so I took a small break in the midst of me recording this. I had to go potty real quick. I got on the internet, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know, I always gotta do my disclaimers because you know sometimes we as a collective don't agree, and that's fine. That's okay. I'm gonna let y'all already know this is my opinion. I didn't necessarily go look and see who y'all feel like won or lost because I honestly don't care. You know. This is my opinion. Now, I did see that Dully is writing essays and novels, baby. I'm not finna read that today. It might get in a clean sweep or something. I don't know. Or another video if it's that serious to me. And I seen that Solo is saying whatever he said. Girl, I don't care. But I'm gonna let y'all know this is my opinion. And neither one of them are necessarily my faves or anything, but I'm gonna give y'all my opinion of who I think won, lost, or give it to, or tie, or whatever. We all might not agree, and that's okay. That's cool. Now, I will say another thing that did get on my nerves was the editing. The editing would show their name and then show the other person's face. Why is y'all doing that? Y'all see literally the dudes that y'all have to put by the name. I don't know who edited that, but that was stupid. Y'all been doing good with the editing for a while now. I don't know how that went over y'all head. I don't know why y'all put the opponent instead of the person. Like, mind you, it had a person name and it put the person name, then it put a picture of the opponent in the box. What is the purpose of that? I see if y'all was saying opponent, then they put the picture, but it was saying they name plus they Instagram and then a picture and then they name at the bottom. Stupid. Now, a question that was irritating me is he kept asking them, are they going to make up? Are they going to make up? Are they going to make up? If somebody just mopped the floor with you 3 years ago, are you really going to make up with them? Like, obviously, after this, they could be cordial, but it seems as though they are probably going to get that again. And I do want them to get that again, more so on the scraps. More so because, you know, a lot of tension is in the air with both of them, their egos. And neither one of them, in my opinion, feel like they really did their thing. So they probably are going to get it again on the scraps, which is fine as long as, you know, they keep it cute. I don't think that they would, you know, take it to the next level. I personally don't think that. Well, Dully might. I ain't gonna lie, because he be mace and all this. He be doing a lot. But, you know, hopefully he don't have all that stuff in his possession if they ever do run it again. Hopefully he don't have all those items on him. But I do think that they're going to end up running it again just because of egos and they all still talking on the net. But I don't feel like they should make up. They could be cordial and be in the same room. But I don't feel as though they should have kept asking the question of like, can y'all make up? Can y'all be cordial? Like, they grown, they men. If Dully can be around Isaiah, I don't really see why after this particular fight he couldn't have been around Solo. But I definitely think they're gonna get another round in somewhere else, maybe something outside of Now That's TV, and then they probably can be cordial. But then too, beef can be up forever. He did sneak him in the closet. And I'm one of them type of people, I do not believe in forgiving people. I really don't. I do not believe in it. I am a big proponent on not forgiving people. Like, keeping them where they had you messed up at. So If Dully never wants to forgive him, that's his business. He has every right to not forgive him. You know, they was cool, and the fact that you took it to the next level, because from what they saying, they was friends. They was close. He knew Dully had something going on, and he still decided to go up in that room, not get no understanding, and just go crazy on his friend like that. No. No. So if he don't want to forgive him, I don't blame him. Let me tell y'all something. Playboy season 3 and this particular Bad Blood, I think he did it on the other one too, but them girls was ready, y'all. The girls really didn't need a whole bunch of pep talk, okay? They was ready to bang. I love the direction Isaiah is going in. Like, when the cameras is on, he is CEO. Y'all came here to bang. Like, I love the fact that he like, y'all came here to bang. That's what y'all came here to do. I love the fact that he is really standing on business when it comes to his stuff. He knows that he puts out great projects, and I love the fact that he's honoring the business. He's honoring his projects. He's not coming in like, well, friend, you know, blah, blah. He like, no, y'all came here to bang. Let's go. Let's do that. And, you know, I think, you know, as we've been watching him, he's grown into this confidence. Like, I just love to see it. I think at one point, not necessarily timid, but was trying to be cool and, you know, be fair and all this, trying to be nice. But now, strict program around here. Y'all came to bang. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Get in the field or shut up. And I love this. I love seeing it. So Isaiah goes up to Dully and Ken for the first time. Ken, well, Isaiah, you know what you came here to do, Ken. Oh, it's giving that sad. Ken really just came to be cute and get his free check. But baby, like I said, I think Ken got it the worst. Ken got it the worst, and I hated that for him. So Ken is shocked that it's Tay, but I love the fact that he just kept saying, like, it's Black Bud, it's not STV. Like, he know what he came here to do. The mindset is there. But, you know, when it was time to fight, they both was hesitating, and that was irritating me, because I'm like, get in the field, push them. Y'all know security used to push them. Like, where's the security that be pushing them? Because come on. First of all, what do Swag got on? Like, what is he doing? What do he got? What's up? The shirt, the shorts. It's a lot. It's a lot to look at. Dully is so handsome. Like, he is just so handsome. You would never think he's crazy how he is, but he is so handsome. And every time I look at Tay, I just hear, like, pick your mouth up every time. He just be sitting there. Oh, break it up. So they start the Bad Blood off. And Solo told me, I'm not mad. I don't want no bitch. Mind you, main one with the energy, main one with the tension, the leg, it's just beating the ground up. I'm like, you ain't got no tension. You're not mad. You're not pressed. Everybody else calm, cool, collected. You the only one energy hype in. Ken, what you doing here? Oh, okay. Well, you better be ready to run in. Ken, so you want to get me? It's the turn. It's the neck turn for me. Sister, get that bitch. Like, now let's get into the first round. One thing about it, even though Dully hand is messed up, Dully hit hard. Hit hard. Hit hard. Mind you, he got that first round. That first round, even though he hit the bend the legs, even though he did the hit him up, Chris Brown, he got right back up. I definitely don't think that Solo took advantage of when Dully fell. And I would say even too, when Solo fell, I don't think Dully really took advantage of even when Solo fell. At one point, he paused. He let him, you know, come back up a little bit. But Dully wasn't going for none of that. Them hands was going so quick. And mind you, Solo tried to get him on the wall. He caressed, curved, swerved on him. Whoa. He said, yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You ain't finna get me in no corner. This is not the closet. And he was hitting him so hard. Mind you, you know, they only did 2 rounds. He could only do 2 rounds because he had messed up his hand. But you knew he was hitting him hard because, again, like I said, Solo started down himself after the first round. So to me, I feel as though Dully got it because for me, like usually if you don't know who got it, when the person doubt themselves, they know they ain't really do a good job. They know they hits really wasn't landing like that. You know, he was trying to give him the uppercut when they was on that wall, but Dully wasn't going for that. He moved out the way real quick. He was not gonna let him get his neck like that. Now the second round, obviously, Solo was able to get his neck, but that first round, he was like, ain't no getting my neck. Like, mind you could tell he really thought about that closet scene and really pop, 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 pop. I mean, them hands was moving very quick. He was not playing. He was not playing. And like the slip, he said once he slipped, he did not let that slip deter him. He slipped right on up out that shoe and was getting with him, backing up and all. He wasn't playing. Find that boy hard. Like, he let him know this is not the closet. This ain't the closet. This ain't the closet scene. This ain't the closet. Come on, get up where you mad at. And I definitely feel like he got up where he was mad at. And he did a great job of getting up where he was mad at. I feel like the first round, he definitely put belt to ass. I really do. Now, Solo was still, in there, but I definitely think that he shocked Solo. I definitely think when Solo started feeling them hits, he like, hold on. Like, I supposed to have gagged you. But no, baby, he came to do the gagging. He came to do the gagging. Like he said, his mind went to the closet. Like, you embarrassed him. He had to get all that energy out. And I definitely feel like round one, he ate. The slip and all, he ate. Now, I do think now that TP need to get a new warehouse because everybody's slipping. Everybody's slipping. That's starting to get on my nerves. I'm tired of these slips. I'm tired of the slips. And mind you, Solo's confessional is like, oh, I had her on that wall, da-da-da. Nah, you ain't have her on that wall too long, boots. I ain't gonna lie to you. Did not have Dully on that wall too long. Dully was able to swerve on him and maneuver off of that wall very quick. Very quick. So no. And again, like I said, I definitely feel like Solo lost that first round because he just was down himself the whole. He was like, come here, friend. He trying to pull out there for real, friend. Did I do good? He like, oh yeah, you ate. Your friend always gonna tell you, honestly that you ate or it was a tie. I don't think it was a tie. I definitely think that first round, Dully did what needed to be done. I think it, honestly, if I really had to tell y'all, I think both people got a round in. I really do. And honestly, I think the second round was really a tie, but we about to get to that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of cash and really more so Naj shade being thrown. But I definitely feel as though this first round, Solo was Naj. He couldn't take no hits for real. If we just being for real, it wasn't like you was just necessarily in your hits. You wasn't in your hits like that. You was in there, you was doing what needed to be done, but you weren't in your hits. I don't know why, you had all that mouth, you popping it, because you definitely was not in your hits like that. Now, a little bit of me is like, Isaiah, is you coaching Solo? Is you coaching your homie because of you and Dully's round? You coaching him because you ain't got your lick back yet? Like, what's going on, sir? What's going on, sister girl? Because it gave a little bit like, Isaiah, so push your body. Like, you just got to eat the hits. You got to come in. Them first hits need to be hard. Like, oh, hold on. It's not giving CEO no more. It's not giving fair and balanced. It's giving very more, eat that bitch alive. Eat her. And it's the finish it. It's time to finish it. Finish her. Like, okay, CEO, we watching you. Now, I do want to know what they talk about with the live. I know some of y'all been here longer than me, so y'all will tell me in the comments. I don't know exactly what he talking about with Kendall going on live, popping it and telling Dully business. Please tell me his business in the comments. Thank you. So they move outside, and in the midst of them moving outside, Solo like, oh, I'm not fine on an unleveled concrete, I'm good, but they keep wanting more. Yeah, we do want more. I think Dully deserved more because you was popping it. You was popping it for 3 years. Like, I whooped you in the closet. Like, every chance you got, you was saying something out the way. So why would he not want that? Why would he not give it up how he gave it up? I honestly understand where Dully is coming from. Because you popped it on me, you was talking out the side of your neck. Yeah, I want as many rounds as I can get with you. Because you was popping it for 3 years. No. We're going to get this. We're not doing one round. You ain't going to be a one round with me and popping it on me for 3 years. And I'm not going to lie. So we get to the second round. And if you really slow it down, Solo only got righteous 3 to 4 uppercuts on Dully. But Dully was tearing him. At first, he was hitting Dully in the head. He seen that Dully was more closer to his face. Dully punched him in the face. He then turns around and start uppercutting him. He did get 3 or 4 good uppercuts, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get that round of Dully too. Because after you got your uppercuts in, you flew back. Now I'm done. You don't get no brownie points for getting like 3 or 4 uppercuts how much you watched him. You did not watch him, and you licking. Bloody no rings. You licking. I give Dully everything. I feel like Dully came in there and did what he needed to do. I really do. He left out with a scratch. A scratch. You're bloody every round. Every round. And in the round that you feel like you really watched him, tore him, he walking out with a scratch. So you really not doing what you think that you was doing. Honestly, I think Dully did what needed to be done. I think Dully got his lick back. I think a lick was definitely had. Now, who need to get a lick back is Ken. Let's get into Ken and Tay, because ooh, chow. Now, before I move on, I got a little more commentary. It's the now I'm done. I'm done. You really ain't need that. You're doing a lot of popping on the internet for somebody who continues to let them know, like, you don't want to fight no more. I think that's crazy. I think that's insane that you are the one on the internet the most, saying everything, going live, doing stories, doing the most. And you are the main one not wanting to eat the fade again. Once you feel like you did your big one, you like, no production, no more fights. Mind you, they agreed to 3 rounds. And even though Dully like, no, come on, run it again. I need to get this cap off. After a while, he kind of calmed down. He was chilling because of his hand and stuff. But it's like, you don't see him walking off the set, running away, going in the corner, turning to another room. You don't see that. So I really don't feel like Solo feels as though he did his big one, like he playing like he is on the internet. And not only that, it's the Dully, you ate. I'm going to give you that. We're done. All that. You didn't feel like you really did your big one. You really didn't feel like you did your big one. The confessional from reality of the scene is night and day. You really didn't feel like you got that dude like that. You really didn't feel like you was that guy. Now, to me, Solo really had a problem with Ken. Like, he, at this point, run Ken. You just need to run Ken real quick. Because you too pressed behind Ken. That was getting on my nerves. That was irritating me. So, Solo like, oh, you came. Oh, regardless, it's bad blood. Get up. My friend is going to do regardless. My friend's going to get out there for me. Why is you so pressed that Ken came? Like, you real pressed. And after they get defiant, it's like, I just felt some type of way. But Ken, I ain't got no issue with you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And then he ends up saying, I would never do you like that. Ken said you did me like that on multiple occasions. He said for other reasons. So you have done him like that. Y'all not that cool. Y'all not that close. Him and your cousin beefing. So why is you so pressed and mad? Because both of y'all from Texas. Do you pay his bills? No. Do you no. Now the Caucasian man did start having me laughing by this little part at the end. He was like, this is gonna be a really friendly fight. He was like, they don't want to fight. I'm like, no shit. They don't really want to fight. Ken laughing, Tay backing up, not giving Tasiki at all. Like, be for real. So the first round between Ken and Tay, I definitely think was a tie. Tay was missing his hits. He was crossing. And Ken was Ken, to me, though, is a better fighter. Both of them, for real. They are great long distance fighters. They're not good fighters when it's like real close. So both of them was trying to give length, and it wasn't working for Tay, in my opinion. That's why he got up out of there. And when Ken was like, I like this big homie, he knew he was doing his thing. His hits was landing, definitely. But Tay hits that first round wasn't really landing like that. So that first round, I'm going to get a Ken. But after that, that's when Tay went go gadget on his ass. I promise y'all. Tay said, hold on. Then give me some work. Hold on. And them uppercuts, that's how you do some uppercuts, Solo. Because he really didn't took Ken. Well, Ken did not want to go. I don't think that he should have did Ken like that, because mind you, he's supposed to be friendly face. You could tell after that first round, Tay was like, "No, like he not finna embarrass me. Hold on, let me clock in real quick. Let me teach him something." I definitely don't think that Tay rearranged Ken's face. I think, again, like I said before, he got serious that second round. That second round, he was like, "Nah, I can't lose to Ken. Like, we not finna have it." Ken did play it cool though, but damn. It was like he was the main one who really wasn't even trying to get up with these hoes, and they definitely got up with him. I did feel a little bad for him. Now, overall, to me, that was a great Bad Blood. They did better than Naj and Cash. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was really, really good. Now, I'm gonna let y'all know now I do have somewhere to go in the morning. It's 12 o'clock my time, and I do have somewhere to go in the morning. So all the rest of the reviews will be late tomorrow night. Y'all already know how I do. All my stuff be late in the night. So just know it's all gonna be later. Baddies, the hookup, love cabin, all that. I only watch Baddies. But again, I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta get up at the crack of ass. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But I do love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with me and rocking with me. We are almost to 7,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get my cake with my 7,000 subscribers. If y'all been here for a long time, y'all know I always get a cake when I reach a big milestone. 7 is my favorite number, so I'm excited and thankful and grateful that I'm almost at 7,000. And baby, I'm excited, grateful, and thankful for whatever number I'm at now. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Let me know who y'all feel like won, lost, blah blah blah, in the comments. Love y'all. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a Dougie bow or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's go and get into tonight's video. So first things first, thank y'all so much for, understanding I had something to do. So, your girl had to give her videos when she give them. It's 11:30 at night, but one thing about it, I'm going to always push through for y'all. Y'all ain't never got to worry about not having a video. It might not be on time, but it's coming when it comes, okay? Amen. Hallelujah. And y'all know I usually get my reviews on Monday nights as well. Anyway, so let's give an overall review. I'm glad it's over. Honestly, by part 3, I was like, damn, they talked about everything but the show. Part 2, we had everything but the baby daddy. Part 3, we talking about the hairstylist. I said, girl, they truly have dragged this out. The fact that we talking about the hairstylist, Amber Rose, who did nothing but be in her glasses and just looking at her cousin get beat up. I just know that they had nothing else to do. Now let's move in to some things. Like I told you, I had something to do. So in the midst of me waiting on everything I was waiting on yesterday, I was able to take notes. So I am going to do the reviews tonight a little different than what I usually do them. So Natalie versus DTB. First things first, from the what I seen her hitting her with the hand or arm that didn't have the ring on it. I know Diamond came on live and was saying that Natalie broke her nose. She broke her nose because she had that fat ring on it, which that ring was fat. But I didn't see her hitting her with that arm or that hand. I seen her hitting her with the other hand. I seen her pulling hair with the hand that had the ring on it. But too, they edit, they flip it, they do what they got to do to make it look nice. I don't think Diamond deserves a fair head up. Just because you sneak and get somebody a head up does not mean that you are owed a fair head up. And the thing about it is, you've been waiting on Natalie, you've been chasing clout, you've been needing that from her. She give it to you, you was unprepared. Oh well. She did tell you to get up. You was getting up and backing up, and she ran up and got you. Simple. You want to be on her level. You wanted some attention, you wanted some clout, you wanted that moment off of her, and she gave you that moment on her time. It just didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So, oh well. I don't think that Natalie owed her a head up, because on the season we seen her pull her hair from the back. On the last reunion, she snuck her. She hugged her, then snuck her. Like, no, I don't owe you a head up. And if anything, the way she did it was more so of a head up than you. You have pulled her hair from the back. At least she ain't come in hugging you and doing all that. She came in letting you know like she don't like you like that, whatever, through the mic, and then started flying over there to you. I feel like you had more than enough time to get up and get your set together. You knew what type of timing they was on. And they had paid you a little more money. So you calm, cool, and collected. And they knew that was all that needed to happen for you to be calm, cool, and collected. So the fact that, she got your nose, not like I want anything to happen to DTB, but it's just like you be wanting the clout. You don't mind getting in the field with these folks. And I'm not saying, that stuff should happen to you or anything. I'm not saying that. But you be wanting the viral moments. DTB, who they want? DTB, who they need? DTB. So, it's a cost to be the boss. A tooth, a broken nose, busted lip, black eyes. It costs to be the boss. So, that's what comes with the territory of what you want. Simple. And you go viral and you do your numbers and you hit 1 million followers and you do your thing. And we listen to your music, you perform, do what you need to do. You're back every season. But again, like I said, I don't think Natalie owe her a fair fade. Now, after Natalie did all that, I did think it was weird. And it gave Punk, it definitely gave Punk and Scary when she flew to the back. I mean, flew. When I say you, Soldier Boy, tell him I had flew. I said, dang, Natalie, who is this? Who stage is this? Are you the CEO or a regular cast member? Because she flew back there. And mind you, I'm like, you ain't got that Scotty the Body type of security. It's not giving you, do, because she flew, baby. When I say got on, I mean got on, baby. She was like, she ain't finna hit me. Now, moving on to Rolly. Rolly, every reunion, always is trying to play the nice guy. Oh, I didn't say what I said on Instagram. Like, I had your back, Natalie. She is so annoying. And Tommy called her out. She said, you do be lying sometimes, Rolly. She do. She definitely do. I hate when people lie. And you're a liar. You a liar. And every time at the reunions, you play nice. Now, obviously, with Elsie, she did Elsie how she did. But I think after that first time that Rolly and Natalie fought, Rolly would never try Natalie again like that. Because it'll just mess up her money. She was able to get Anna gone last season for a little while. I don't think that Rolly has the same relevancy as Anna to keep our attention. And I definitely think, if she left baddies, wouldn't nobody be stunned her like that. She would just be a has-been. Anna was able to keep up her motion. I don't know how. Some people like her. Some people love her. She said Natalie really ain't stopping bad for her. She kept going. But I don't think that Rolly would have that same momentum. Y'all see when Biggie got off, to me, Biggie did not have that same momentum. No shade. I love Miss Tasiki, but Tasiki really didn't have a lot of momentum either. Like a lot of these girls, when they stay off a season, that's why they be begging to get back on, because they do not be having no momentum without baddies. Like nobody be thinking about them, because we just be thinking about as long as we have a show. As long as the show is on, we gonna watch. We don't be thinking about the individuals like that. Now they started talking about the hairstylist and how the nail tech told Rolly that Natalie was talking about her. Let me tell you this before we even get into that. If I'm an essential worker, bitch, they could be talking about Barack Obama himself. Girl, I'm here to do these nails. I'm here to beat that hair so bad that she want to take me on tour. Y'all be messing up y'all bag. It's no way. It's no way. Girl, I wouldn't even be getting into that baddie drama. Girl, I wouldn't care. And I definitely think Natalie lost a real bad hairstyle. Girl, her hairstyles was so good. That girl was good. She was very creative. I used to love Natalie wigs. Them wigs is not the same no more. Them wigs is regular. I used to love how creative that girl was with Natalie stuff. Natalie messed up, baby. You need to go talk to her, apologize, because I know it's you. It's your fault. So her and Rolly was talking. And they was talking about the hairstylist or whatever selling the wigs, da da da. Rolly kept talking over Natalie. Like, as I'm watching, and mind y'all know I watch it on the fastest speed possible. Like, well, second to fastest speed possible. And mind you, Rolly just kept talking over Natalie. Natalie trying to get it out. She like, I was like, okay, how many is she gonna do? Because girl, I see you trying to get it out, but she not gonna let you get it out. She do not want you to talk. She want to talk over you the whole time. She do not want you to get it out. And my thing is, when she did address the whole Natalie not getting to know the new girls, she was like, I was taking up for you. But I don't feel as though you ever talked about how they was calling you the CEO. They saying that you the new CEO, baby. See, you ain't never addressed all that. I felt like she was picking and choosing what she wanted to address. Then she brought her roles into it. Like, girl, you just said you had the boo-boo. Now you talking about your roles. Like, girl, shut up. Trust me. It's certain images I don't want to see in my head. And that is two of them. Like, girl, just vibe. You already came in here, no makeup on. With this ugly dress. You got a bun it on. It's a lot to look at already. Now it's a lot to imagine. You're irritating me. But I get what she's saying about pay and everything like that. But two, you in my opinion, you and Scotty do need to have more responsibilities because y'all aren't regular cast members at this point. At this point, y'all are assistant managers of baddies. Obviously, Scotty is not going to have too many roles to take on because she is sleeping with Lemmy. But you, on the other hand, you just here collecting a check, talking on the internet hard, saying how you won't come back, but you always come back and you the second highest paid. Why would they not put more on you to do? Why would they not? That only makes sense. You and Scotty have been the girls who never leave. Why would they not put more on y'all to do? And Scotty, I feel like wasn't complaining about doing more because, Lemmy probably didn't make her do all that. Even if Natalie was like, oh, we need to do more, he probably was like, Scotty don't have to do nothing. Rosie, do your job. And she said, okay, sir, yes, I will do me and Scotty's job. Like, simple. But I understand, you want more pay, but how much more in pay can they go up? And to be honest, to me, Rolly is not a full-on essential to the show. Like, you there and you do have your moments, but honestly, I think if Rolly left, she wouldn't be missed. And I think that's why she afraid to sit out a season, because if they see that they don't need her, like, if we the audience and Zeus see that they don't need her, they won't bring her back. Or they'll say, it'll be another season, or we'll figure it out. Da, da, da. She don't want them to play games with her, because she know if it's one season you off, you gotta really do the most to get back, or the fans really gotta want you back. And I just personally don't think that the fans will want her back. Now, I did write this later on in my notes, but Natalie was looking for the big three to have her back, because she was like, big three, when she came back out. And baby, nobody said nothing. They said that don't have nothing to do with me. And I'm glad they did that. Now, Summer, obviously she had just got her titties done, so I understand her really not fighting behind Natalie. I think she would have, though. I do think Summer would have, and I definitely think Lex will too. But, Lex picks and chooses. She's a picker and a chooser who she gonna fight. So when it comes to Diamond, her and Diamond semi-cool. So I don't see her necessarily fighting Diamond. Summer, on the other hand, I think Summer will fight any of them except like a Tasiki for real, or like an Ivory. So I think that she would have got there with Diamond. I do. I think she would have. Dolly, pick her and choose. She's scary. But two, Dolly should have ran that with Diamond. I didn't see why she didn't run that with Diamond. In my opinion, I feel like they still low-key got unfinished business as far as Africa anyway. But she was trying to see if they was gonna stand behind her, and girl, they sat there. Girl, you are gonna run your own fade like her, Ferrari. They all be irritating me. They all be looking for puppets on the screen to ride for them. Oh, you know what? And I forgot to put this in my notes about Tavi. Tavi definitely should have minded her business when it came to Diamond and Natalie fighting. You are not security. Move. It was only funny when Ivory was doing it. No shade. You're not that funny. I don't even understand how you got on Bad as USA, to be honest. Like, you was wrong for jumping in and holding Diamond. You was definitely wrong, and Diamond should get you. It's no reason why you sat up there and had that girl arms. You are not security. You are a part of cast. I don't care if you was trying to break it up or not. You just need to be got off the simple fact of you was holding Diamond arms. Girl, you was trying to let Natalie beat on that girl. So, therefore, you deserve to get your head rocked. Now, we then move on to the fights that we've seen that I'm personally bored of, and I put it on the fastest speed to see these fades. Because I said, girl, who gives a rat? So, Saucy ends up telling Dully, like, Dully, you need to run your face. Like, you need to redeem yourself. Pretty P and ran you, took you. She's talking about some, I just forgot how to fight, y'all. Girl, shut up. When I tell you she the type of bitch I can't stand, Dolly just will not take her L. She loves to give an excuse on why she lost. Girl, you lost. No, Dolly, you lost. You lost, girl. Like, shut up. So, Dolly and K fight. K finding panties. She finding panties and a t-shirt on. Getting tore. So, you know, I ain't ducking nothing. Sometimes you need to, though. Times like this, I wish Kate would duck smoke. Times like this, yeah, you need to duck hard, like on your knees, bitch. Cause no, but Dolly tears her up. Then we get to Big Legs and Fauna. Same thing. Fauna do be keeping up. I will say that this round she kept up. But one thing about it, when Lex don't like you, she don't like you. Simple as that. She's still gonna tell you every time when she do not like you. Like, if she irritated, don't really care for you like that, she gonna do what she need to do to get your ass. And then Tavi jumped in. I don't be feeling bad for Tavi. When Lex do her how she do her, got that eye closed, squinting, I don't be feeling bad for her, because girl, they don't jump in your fades. They do not jump in yours. They let you fight. They let you fight, okay? They do not jump in yours. They might say a little 1, 2, but it literally just be 1 and 2, and then they done. They is not going hard for you like that, sister girl. So, boom, it was then Lex versus Tavi. Lex is fighting her as if it was the Last Supper. Like, Lex, when I tell y'all, she really don't like Tavi. She really don't like her. Like, that girl was fighting her as if rent, car note, and her food stamps got turned off. Like, when I tell you, fight for that check. She was fighting for that check. Tavi versus Dully. Now, when Saucy was like, nah, Tavi, go and fight Dully real quick behind your chain. Now, we got to do all that. It's time to wrap it up. If we got to tell them why they fighting, and they wouldn't even think about fighting each other, yeah, it's time to call it a what? Night. Thank you. It's time to call it a night. So, Dully took Tavi. He told me something. Why you got momentum, Tavi? You know, come on. What momentum? Cause Dully was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Took her where she didn't want to go. Then Cole tried to, get Dully when Dully fell. God, then she made you fall. Girl, just taking her where she didn't want to go was to the floor, mopping and weaving her ass. I'm sick of y'all. And honestly, I really would have preferred for none of the big three, none of the old three, or new three to come back. Can't none of them fight. Like, we already got Scotty on here making a damn free check. Now we need 3 or 4 more? No, ma'am. I'm over it. The confessionals ain't that damn funny. It ain't too much duck and rock in this bitch that I can take if you can't square up and beat a bitch. Okay, simple. Irritating. Like, no. Now Saucy ends up asking the big three, like, why y'all ain't jumping? You know, what is y'all doing? Dolly, in my opinion, was in shock that Pretty P took her like that. I really do think that. I think that she was in shock that Pretty P tore her up like that, lined it up with her and got her. So I think that's why she was just off, because Pretty P took her where she didn't want to go. And that's my honest thing. Like, I think that's why she really wasn't on it. Summer had just got her body done, so I understand Summer not doing too much. Plus, to me, honestly, Summer carried the last reunion in a way. She carries the season. Y'all know Summer gonna work for her check. I don't mind her sitting out, you know, and making sure like she good. Them girls wasn't nobody to necessarily fight 3 and 4 rounds with, or really 2. They ain't fought them all season, beat them up all season. You know, I don't really necessarily need them to overdo it. And mind you, too, the new 3, they jump ain't really nothing. It's the weakest jumping in. Like, if we just being honest, Tavi and Cole, the weakest of the links jumping in. You see, K Rican don't ever jump in, baby, because she knows she can't fight. K Rican don't ever jump. K Rican be sitting on that what couch. And Fauna don't jump in like that. Fauna don't do all that, because there's only so much she gonna take with legs. Now with Anna, y'all know I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Anna. I do feel as though Anna do be running her mouth way too much. I really do hate that Zeus allows her to pick and choose who she want to fight. That gets on my last nerve. I don't be caring about that weight class and all that. I just feel as though Scotty is sitting right here not doing nothing. We can't continue to just let people get a free check. Bitch, I want to be entertained. Take Anna where she don't want to go. She talk a lot. She does a lot. She be saying anything out the side of her neck to these folks. Why don't y'all at least let Lex just teach her a little bit? I'm not saying full on fauna mode, K Rican mode, cold killer role, but that let her at least get her lip busted or something. Like, to me, like with Scotty, Anna, people like them, I think they just need to get let's get 2 or 3 licks on them. And then break it up. Like, I don't like that people just sitting around here collecting free checks and able to tell who they want to fight and who they don't want to fight. Lex ends up calling Anna out saying, like, hey, you be popping on the internet. Like, let's just get out one round. So I'm not fighting anymore. Bitch, because you know better. But when it came to Summer, shut up, you raggedy. That's why I beat you up, da da da. See, you'll fight Summer all day long. And mind you, when it came, last season, you did not want to fight Summer. You barely wanted to get out there with Summer. But with Lex, girl, you wouldn't blink too hard when it came to Lex. And remember, at the reunion last season, she was jumping on Lex and stuff. So yeah, she's boo-boo, she's boring. That's why I really don't care for her. Like I said, all that weight class and stuff, y'all pick and choose who weight class y'all really care about. Because mind you, Fauna and Cole ain't the biggest things of the world. They short, petite girls too, just like Anna, just like Summer. But nobody says anything. Y'all make them run their ones, and y'all know they can't fucking fight. But with Anna and Scotty and them, y'all let them sit. And my thing is this with Scotty. This every time. Now, do I really care what they was talking about? No, I don't. But my thing is, when it comes to Scotty be talking her talk. I don't care what nobody say. Ever since she got with Lemmy, she's way more vocal. Way more vocal. And they don't even try to hide it no more, like with the security thing and all this. They don't even try to hide it no more. That's so irritating. But her keep saying, I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. Like, you be trying to fight little old me. Bitch, you are a tree. Bitch, you is a giraffe. What are you talking about? You and this girl in the same weight class. Y'all in the same height class. The only difference between you and her is you don't have heart no more. I just got done with Baddies West. Scotty used to have heart. That hoe lost it. And God would have rich nigga. Amen. Amen. I would have lost it too. But either way, you used to have heart. You scary now. And you are put up. But I just don't understand why you can't just be the girlfriend. Like, why is it that you continue to do a show when you always say you're not a fighter, you live in that, and then so you want to be in on little old me. Why don't little old you take a break? I'm not understanding why she don't take a break. Be with Lemmy and just be like a Janisha John. Be pretty, take pretty photos, and do reunions or something. Like, why don't you ask, can you do the Love Cabin reunion host or something, or have your own show? Just get off baddies, bitch. I just want you off baddies. Now, I do think Pretty P should have got that for Ivory with Tavi. I do. Pretty P, she's another one to an extent, be collecting a free check. Bitch, get up and work. No shade. Work. Bitch, you better work. I do think to an extent Pretty P need to goddamn work too. Cause you getting Dully, okay, cute, cool. You got Elsie, okay, cute, cool. Now get Tavi. Cause Tavi was talking about your bestie. Get her, beat her down. But that's it, y'all. That's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. And make sure y'all click the link down in my description. I will be putting up a clean sweep once I get done with all of these, where I go a little more in depth on certain things that I like and I don't like about the reunion and other shows that we watched this week. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a ducky bow, ducky, y'all went to this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into this video. So we are talking the hookup. Shawty got the hookup, baby. Moses, I'm next, okay? And I don't like it from the back. Thank y'all. So, baby, when I tell y'all, Now That's TV shocked me. This gave old Bad Girls Club Jersey Shore type of vibes. And, baby, I'm watching hard. When I say hard, I'm looking too hard. Girl, I had to close my dog's eyes because I said, hold on, they just children. But, baby, when I tell y'all, I was enjoying it. I was like, okay, surprise. You get domestic 1 week, and you gonna call me baby boo the next week. Okay, this is a show. This is a show, y'all. This is a show. So I was shocked at Tokoyo. I was really shocked. I don't think her request was weird, but I definitely believe that, she enjoying herself. She enjoying the show. But I was in shock. Like I was in shock. I was like, oh, okay. She got him just doing stuff. Girl, and like I said, I'm next. But she ain't gotta watch us though. I ain't gonna lie. No shade. I don't know how I feel about the audience in the room. You know what I'm saying? And then she talking Kayla through it. Take her through there. She going. Like, oh, okay. I don't know. But he was giving it. He was putting in work. It seemed like he was really enjoying himself as much as he tried to play in the confession. Like, Tokoyo, I ain't never done this before. Are you sure you want me to do it? Like, girl, he was down for the ride. He was too happy. He was overly excited. He was overly jumping for joy, in my opinion. This was a man's fantasy for a woman to give him the access to do this, and everything. But it definitely was shocking to see it. I'm not going to lie to you. I was in shock when I seen it, but it definitely made me like, where do I sign up? I need to be number one on the list, okay? I don't have time for a waiting list. I review y'all every week. I need to be number one. Thank y'all. Okay. Request is in and it has not got denied. It's gonna get accepted. Thank you, boo. Um, but yeah, that bedroom scene, I was like, okay. It was way better than Love Cabin's bedroom scene. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I like the fact that Now That's TV and Zeus is giving us a little more raunchy, rated R type of shows because we is grown, and I never mind seeing stuff like that. Honestly, a little, surprise, a little peekaboo. I don't mind watching it. I don't mind. It seemed like Kayla was enjoying herself. Seemed like he was enjoying himself. Tokyo was there. She had a thumb in her mouth. I said, "Oh, girl, she's really into this. She is truly enjoying this." I love the way Kayla played it off, though. Kayla definitely wasn't doing too much. Like, I love the way that she played it off. She just played off like, okay, we did it in. So, not that serious, not that deep. I like the way she played it off. It was cool. Really, that was the episode for me. Everything else was kind of a blur. No shade. Y'all really wasn't talking about nothing after that. It was more like this is what's going on. And I'm focused on this scene in particular. And then, we could think about everything else and maybe have a little bit of commentary on everything else. But everything else truly wasn't that important after this first scene. Okay? Simple. So we started the episode with Tokyo getting cracked down on the boat. I said, okay, this is different. Obviously, after that, we went into the scene, that everybody more so was stunned than anything else, okay, from the episode, okay, with Kayla and Moses. And we all said a 10 out of 10 for that scene, okay? We love that. If anything, we should have opened up with that. Now, watching his confessionals, I'm not going to lie, he was just everywhere with it. His emotions was up and down. But one thing that pointed out to me is when he was like, I wish it was just me and her. I think he was saying like just him and Kayla, because I do think, especially if you're not experienced in that, and if you're not used to that, of people watching you, you really don't know how to take it. And I can definitely understand that because I've never personally been watched. I've never had somebody in a room while I'm getting down where I'm mad at. A camera or two could be out. But I totally understand why it feels like a little bit like somebody invading your privacy, or you having to kind of put on a show. Now the only thing was that he didn't go down. I was a little about that because I ain't too big on me continuing to make the bed rock, but he was doing all the work. But I do feel as though I just kept seeing her get down. I'm like, okay, how many times you gonna get down? But she was really into it. You could tell she was enjoying herself. I think everybody in the room was really into it. I think everybody was really into it. So we move on to the next scene. And honestly, like I said, when I first watched it, girl, I couldn't even tell you what none of them was talking about. I was like, dang, so like, are we gonna get Kayla and him talking? I'm in my mind thinking like maybe him and Kayla ran away, they did it again without Tokyo. I'm thinking like that. So I really wasn't stunned too much what the next scene was really talking about when I first watched it. So I do like Q. I do like Q. I think he cool. Unique, she is most hated out of the women, and she's the oldest. From what I heard, she look good though, but they do not like her. All the men like her, but the girls don't really like her, and I think that's something. We really haven't got to experience her personality too much. The only thing I really know about Unique is the fact that she was in that confessional with her shoes off. It was like, girl, put your shoes on. But now I really don't have too much else to say about her like that. She's a beautiful woman. But we haven't really got to know her outside of her and Kayla getting into it. Now, I thought it was funny that Freaka League ends up sitting on Ray Face, and he was the main one calling her musty and how she need to get her hygiene together, but he let her sit on him and he right up under her and everything else. I thought that was something. So Freaka League tried to get Nola to sit on him too. Nola wasn't going for that. I don't think she really cared for him like that. So they all started talking about, who had a fake connection. I'm like, honestly, can we get back to Kayla? and Moses. Let my people go. I'm trying to see him part the Red Sea again. But anyway, so Nola and Levi, they end up asking Levi, do he really like Nola? He ends up just sitting there quiet. I said, okay, obviously he don't like her, which was semi embarrassing because, like, first of all, y'all all just got here. I like all, if I'm there, I like all y'all till I don't like y'all. A lot of the men was ugly to me anyway. But Levi is handsome. He is a handsome dude. But I feel as though when he went silent, I would have just stopped even really paying him any type of mind. Because the silence spoke way more than his words, And then when, what his name, Yellow Beezy put him on center stage, and I'm right there, and then you just go silent. That's kind of embarrassing. So I really wasn't too much feeling his answer of just like going silent on her like that. But long story short, they really not compatible like that. I mean, they could be cool, but not romantically, because when she get drunk, she fine, she doing the most, she's doing a lot. And she's a big burst of energy. So he was basically just saying how, like, the cuffs was her, his wrist was her, and she just moving, she doing a lot. And overall, he don't really care for her when she drinking. He ended up saying the same thing about Kayla too. He really didn't care for Kayla when Kayla was drinking. So I am excited to see him and Kayla come together and do what they need to do, because honestly, it seems like in the house right now, ain't nobody studying Kayla. Ain't nobody studying Kayla. Ain't nobody studying Barbie. They ain't getting no play for real. So I definitely am wondering, how her and Levi come back together. But I'm glad that Kayla is in the house still having a good time, though, when it comes to Moses and everything. I'm gonna dog her out in a minute, but I am happy that she did not put her experience on hold because Levi really wasn't paying her no mind. Now Levi and Nola have a one-on-one. In his little monologue that he was telling her, I just feel like he was leading her on, but also telling her at the same time he really didn't like her, and he really didn't see that going anywhere. And I really think that hit her ego and hurt her ego, because she kept saying, like, hopefully you come back to me, in so many words. And I think Nola was getting, in the rhythm of like the men being on her body and her being like one of the prettiest girls out of the clique. So I definitely think when he told her, like, in so many words, he really wants to stun her like that, he still wanted to explore his options. Like I said, I think it hit her ego, and she got a little irritated with that, and she didn't really know how to take that. Kay and Freaky Leak have a conversation. Girl, I barely know what Freaky Leak is saying. I'm tired of trying to figure out what she's saying, what she's talking about. It seemed like they both got cool. And Kay ended up apologizing for doing the most last night. Girl, Freaky Leak was doing the most. And you hit me with your purse. You hit me with your purse. I said, girl, this shit really hit you with the purse. I'm trying to be cool with you, girl. Girl, please be so for real. But you ain't smack her. She wasn't no roach. I mean, like, look at Kay. Kay is somebody easy to crack on. Easy to crack on. But you don't have a joke for her? No cockroach, no ant, no squirrel, no demon spun. None of that, huh? So Tokoyo and Moses, let my people go and part the Red Sea, are having a conversation. And in that, I am a little bit like Tokoyo when it comes to how I want certain things. I think when it comes to the bedroom, women should be very vocal about how they want it, what they want, what they like, what turns them on, what doesn't. Because a lot of girls are very silent when it comes to the bedroom. Baby, I don't know why. Because one thing about it, I'm going to say what I need to say. Anybody can just be doing whatever they want to me. Thank you. Okay? We're gonna let you stop right there, okay? We're gonna talk you through it. We're gonna give you the rules, the breakdowns of it all. And in that moment, that let me know, like, Tokoyo is a woman. She is a woman, and she stands tall in her womanhood, and that is beautiful to see. But I also feel as though she just playing with him. Like when she was like, "Oh, who are we gonna invite next?" That was a lot to me. Just because, like, what do you keep inviting people for? Like, at this point, it's giving a kink. it's giving a little bit of Diddy, without the extra though. Like you just like to watch. You like your partner to do that, and men do like that. But I'm just trying to figure out, is this a strong kink of hers? Because it seems though like it's a strong kink, more so than them just having fun, and it's giving kink. Because I don't think that he would turn around and let her do that. So, especially if they was like in a real relationship, I definitely don't think that he would let her do something like that. So I just thought it was interesting how she just continues to put him on the slave ship, the slave market, to be sold to the highest bidder of the night. I thought that was a little weird. After a while, like the way they were just talking about it and stuff. And he like, I love to have fun. I love to have fun. And after they, was trying to find somebody, conquer somebody, and have a conversation about that, she ends up saying, "So where do you see this going?" I thought that was just so weird to ask. Like, why? Obviously, it's not going nowhere, but to the bedroom. That's all y'all made it be, and that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it just being in the bedroom, but why are you trying to take it serious, and why would he be trying to take it serious when you put him on the black market? Why would either one of y'all be taking it serious? Obviously y'all like each other in the house, but this is just something to do. This is not anything to take serious. So he ends up letting her know, like, he got to get to know her a little more. To me, when he said it, he got to get to know her a little more, that told me that she's starting to rob herself of the experience, because she's bringing the experience to him. She's bringing it to him. He's not bringing her anything, but for her to watch. But other than that, he's not really providing her an experience on TV. But I do think that she gave us something different. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was interesting to watch. The fact of like her taking control and being like, I want to see this, like, provide that for me. And they are willing participants, and they are providing it for her, and they are enjoying themselves and having a good time. But I do think her staying down with him and continuing to explore her kink with him was or will take away from her experience, if that's all that she do with him. I do. But obviously we know then, he backstabs her and he starts talking to a whole nother girl after the season is over with. So I do wanna, explore that more and see how it turned up to be an epic fail. Now moving on to the last part of the episode was Maria and Levi. Nola was dead wrong for putting her hands on that girl. Literally, you came over there with a corny joke. It didn't work out in your favor. The girl got offended because she literally did nothing to you. Even if you did feel like he looked it bored or whatever. And the thing was, he tried to save her or tried to save the embarrassment, because he reversed the question. He knew what he was doing when he reversed the question. She didn't, double down on him looking bored. Like, you was doing too much. You was looking for attention. He basically told you outside that he don't like you like that. And that's okay. He over here talking to her. You ain't got nobody to fall back on, because ain't nobody necessarily in your face right now. And instead of you just chilling, you decide to go bother Maria. One thing I can say, right now, I respect Maria, because, again, when black girls do stuff like this or whatever to girls who are non-black or not colors, or a colored woman, not girl, what am I trying? Not a colored woman, colored people, girl, y'all know what I'm trying to say, child. I can't be political right now, but I definitely thought Maria was gonna go to ghetto, ratchet, nigga. I thought all that was gonna come out. Maria did not say any of that. She did not say any of that, and I respect Maria to a whole nother degree, because Freak a Leak, thick face, they don't mind going to those, and they'll stay at that, because they know to certain women there it's acceptable. But Maria had every right to be irritated, mad because Kayla touched her stuff, all this and that, but she never went down the road of most traveled, and I have to respect her for that, and I salute her for that, because she did not do that, and she could have easily did that. She could have easily did that, but she didn't. So I appreciate her for that. I really do. I love that she didn't do that, and I definitely think Nola was wrong for putting her hands on her, even just coming up there bothering them, because it gave corny, and not only that, you was the same one who got sucker punched on Deja Vu. So you know how it feels to be sucker punched, hit off guard, or whatever the case is. And the fact that you didn't hit Maria, you already knew Maria wasn't on that. You already knew Maria wasn't talking to you crazy or nothing. You telling her to lower her voice, but you came over here bothering her. Maria had every right to be irritated with you and tell you to leave her alone. She had every right. So that's all I got for y'all in this one. Overall, I definitely am enjoying the hookup. It's still a little slow though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It gotta speed up. Because some of these conversations I could really care less about. I'm tired of seeing Ray Face and his KKK members. I'm tired of seeing them. I'm just tired of that. I want to see something else. I want to see something different. I know they will be eliminating Nola. Can't wait, because she's getting on my nerves. The Barbie girl need to go home. Kayla is always in somebody's business that's not hers. Never minding her own business. Like, what did you touching that girl stuff for? Just doing the most. Like, girl, go make you a sandwich. But that's all I got for y'all again in this one. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a Dougie bow, our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into this video. So we are talking Love Cabin. If none of the shows have me in a chokehold, it's Love Cabin. I am enjoying Love Cabin. I am enjoying it, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all Love Cabin has me, it has me, y'all. I love me some Love Cabin. Like, honestly, I'll be so excited when I see like the new episode is dropped. I do got a hot topic for y'all. I'm gonna do on another video about Love Cabin, because I'm so excited to talk about that. That's like what I'm really, really, really excited to talk about. But this was a good episode of Love Cabin. It definitely was. So we start off with Chloe feeling all the men, the whole nine. I was like, yeah. Yeah. So she did John first. And the first thing that always pop in my head is on the trailer when he said, if I keep asking production to give you a breath mint or gum, nobody's asking you that on accident, So when she was doing it to him and I'm looking at his face, I'm like, dang, he's smelling her breath, like her breath must stink. Now, obviously, while they was doing a little competition, nobody got up. The men just, it just couldn't rock. It couldn't happen. It was way too cold. I don't know why Zeus picked the coldest place to go, but pretty views, but it's kind of messing up what they got going on as far as challenges and stuff, because these people be cold. Every time they do a challenge, they always saying it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. Now we get to Ray J talking to them, about who they'll be with, da da da. So Trap ends up saying that he wouldn't be with none of them. Now, when he said that he would be with none of them, like he's still exploring his option, he's not gonna tie himself down. I then was like, okay, Desi. That means you say the same thing. That means you say, oh, yeah, I'm here to explore. Like, I don't want to settle down with anybody just yet. But if I had to, it'd be Michael. Because obviously we all like Michael for her. Out of everybody, when the whole Sheila and her thing popped off, Michael was in her corner. So, because she lost me. She lost me. You know she lost me. So she ends up saying that Trap had been passed around, which is true. And don't forget about those 4 kids, girl. Don't forget about the 4 kids and the 2 baby mamas. Let's add that to the list. But she was like, he had been passed around. but she would love to explore the connection with him. Now I'm looking at the TV looking at me. We all pause, they pause, silence. I didn't go silence, and I'm in my head like, girl, what the fuck? Because you just said he had been passed around. He literally just said that he just here to explore his options. He wasn't settled with none of y'all yet, but he was so heavy about you, early on, but was going to Sheila, telling Sheila, oh, the only thing I think you was wrong about was hitting Thanos. But you gonna sit up here with your pretty self and say, yeah, you know what? He just said what he said, but I'm gonna say that I still want to explore this. Like, baby, is you blind? Is you blind? We all see that this is not the man for you. You see that he's been passed around. He's already did something with Athena, started had sex with her, and you still like, well, I don't mind exploring this. He ain't that fine. And again, once I heard 4 children, 4 chinx, girl, I would say keep him away from me. Now they end up bringing in new flames, and girl, first of all, I don't even know the new dude name. Okay, he's literally irrelevant. But the girl Bree, girl, thirsty. Can somebody get her a cup of milk, orange juice, Gatorade? Okay, maybe even a Coca-Cola. Cause bitch, she was too thirsty for me. I mean, girl, he ain't that fine. He is nice looking, don't get me wrong, but like, he ain't that fine. Again, Fortune, that would have went ahead and turned me off. He wouldn't even been fine no more. Like, he is a nice looking dude, but the way she on him, girl, you're doing a lot. You're actually doing the most, okay? So Desi over there standing looking stupid. She's standing there looking dumb because he like, well, yeah, I want to go with the new girl, and the new girl want him. So they go off. You just did all that. I want to explore this. I know Sheila was thinking like, yeah, dumbass bitch. Yeah, he ain't left your goofy ass. Because he really did. It definitely was embarrassing to see Desi just kind of standing there by herself like that. And then we obviously know like the new boy end up picking Athena. So again, her and Michael had to be back together. My thing is this. Obviously, you are supposed to be with Michael. Obviously, the tables continue to play in you and Michael's favor to be with each other. Mind you, Desi is not like the other girls or some of the girls. She hasn't gave anything up. I don't feel like Michael is over here rushing anything. Like he said, he knows what he wants. He likes what he likes. And, obviously it's a connection there. So I don't understand why Desi keeps wanting to explore these other losers when Michael is right here. Like, I like Michael for her. I think overall, currently, in the beginning of the episode, I really liked him for her, so I really just didn't appreciate that. Like, girl, you keep trying to be trap. Girl, leave the trap where it's at. He moving around sloppy. He already sleeping with the girls on the set. He lying to y'all face like he just doing a lot. And obviously, you've been grouped up with certain people. I know she was grouped up with Thanos and Michael. I believe at one point, no, I think she's only been grouped up with them, and then she was grouped up with Trap. But overall, I don't care. I feel as though everything continues to not work out in your favor for Trap. So obviously you shouldn't be with Trap. In the beginning, y'all seen each other, y'all want each other. Then Ray J swerve on him. Whoa. He did that. This scene, y'all get together, the new girl come in. Whoa. So obviously y'all just need to leave him alone. Now they let it be known early on that Bree and Michael knew each other in real life, and basically I guess they were supposed to be spicing it up or whatever to let us already know as the audience and them as the cast, like, oh, they already know of each other. He was in her music videos, blah blah blah. Now the night is young and Chloe and John end up getting the love shack. I honestly like prefer calling it the boom boom room, but that's Ray J's boom boom room. Then they got the love shack, but I would have thought it'd been cool if they would have called it the boom boom room, but I'm gonna call it the boom boom room. So John and Chloe end up going to the boom boom room. John's confessional before the boom boom room took me out. It was him saying, I'm gonna mop the floor with that raggedy hoe. Girl, that took me. Now, obviously, now it's known that Chloe and him was going to the boom boom room. Everybody knew what the boom boom room was gonna give. If y'all go to the boom boom room, what's gonna happen in the boom boom room? You all get the boom boom man. Obviously, duh. Now, I do feel as though Trap don't really care for John. Like, the more that John comes, like, Trap's getting a little irritated with him because he was like, "Don't you got something to do? Like, I wouldn't even be talking to us." Da da da. Which is true. They tell me something. He nervous. Why would he be nervous? He's had sex before. Like, what is he nervous for? I will say this though. John is growing on me. I definitely think out of the males, he the show. For real. John has a big personality. He has a big TV personality. He's hilarious. Like I said, his confessional, I want to mop the floor with this raggedy hoe. Like, that junk took me out. Like, he's hilarious. And I do feel as though he has a balance to him. You don't know when it's gonna come, but he do have a good balance to him, and he's super funny. Like, he has a really good personality. So I do think Desi, Michael, even Kiara, to me, they have like really good personalities for TV right now. So they go to the boom boom room, and Chloe got on the lingerie. Obviously, with her having on the lingerie, everybody already knew what they gave. She said he went right into it, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. The videos and images that Zeus showed us while they were doing what they were doing, and the sounds. Like, of course, they let us hear the sounds, but the fact that they had like the bottle pop and the animals and everything, I thought that junk was too funny. I thought that was great, to be honest. That in itself, like, definitely had me like, okay, that was cool. I enjoyed that. Like, not necessarily like hearing them and everything. I could have went without, but the fact that they did all of that and those images were so quick, the videos and everything, and they were showing us what was going on. I definitely thought that was funny, and it was a good key. Now, obviously, they did what needed to be done, and Chloe basically just sitting there looking like, ugh, he already sleep. I'm like, wow. One round on, he already sleepy, tired, he snoring, poon, the whole nine. She just sitting there, but I'm gonna hold her responsible. Nobody told her to do that. She wasn't forced to. She raised her hand first for the boom boom room right along with him. So that's just that. And obviously, too, she has the free will to enjoy herself. She maybe did regret it because she was comparing him to Camo, but like I told you, I really didn't care for her early on. In the beginning, I thought she was real corny with the whole grandma thing. Like, girl, you grown and you like to be taken through there. And nothing's wrong with you liking to be taken through there, but all that extra shit was just annoying to me. You free. You're free. You don't mind. So just don't mind, and just have that. Then so I want to go talk to my girls. Like, why do you want to tell them your business? What you telling them your business for? To me, even when it happened the first night with Camo, you shouldn't have even told them that. Honestly, I would have took that to the grave, or would have just said it in the confessions what happened. That's not everybody's business. So when she gets back, she quote unquote puts on this smiley face, playing like everything cool. But I don't think it was the fact that she had sex with him that made her play it cool. I think it was the fact that after they had sex, she was like, "So where do you think this is gonna go?" I don't know why after they had sex, so where do you think this is gonna go? And he said he still want to explore his options. He was ready to go and get up out of there and get back to his bed. Where he was. He wasn't really stunning her like that. And she, I think she felt some type of way as far as like giving it up and not receiving whatever she wanted to out of it. I guess she wanted him to be like, "You're my number one" or something, but he ain't saying nothing like that, which I wasn't surprised. Like, Why would he say something like that? And his go-to is always like, I don't want to rob me of the experience. I don't want you to rob yourself of the experience. Because they know in real life, 10 times out of 10, they're not gonna be together. This is just something to do, something to have a good time to. That's all it was. Now, boom, they end up going back to the house. He want his bed. Him and the new flame end up getting into it about the bed. My thing is with this whole bed situation. Obviously, we know next week him and the new flame is gonna get into it. You kind of already seen that coming. They personalities just don't hit together, in my opinion. So you definitely kind of already could tell that they was gonna get into it. It was gonna get a little rocky. Definitely yeah, you kind of already seen that coming. Now, Camo. I don't really like him. I really am ready for him to go home. He is real sneaky. Did it with Chloe. Turned around, wanted to kiss Desi, but told him something, he mind his business, kiss Desi, then going to sleep on the couch with Athena. Like he just want to talk to all y'all, be around all y'all. He ain't trying to really make no connections. He truly is just out here doing little boy stuff to me. Like he's very sneaky about everything that he's doing. I'm not saying, have these people in your business, but I feel like he playing the long game, but in secrecy. Like he ain't trying to make a connection with nobody. He's not trying to make a connection with nobody. But he's leading them on to make it seem like he liked them or they special or whatever. When in actuality, he just want to have sex with all them. To me, I think the next guy that needs to be gone is Trap. Even though I believe Trap stayed to the end, I think he should be gone because, girl, Trap just, and it was here, and it was there, and it was here, and it was there. Like, he just all over the world. All over the world. And he keep telling y'all like, oh, I'm still exploring. Like he's standing on, I'm still exploring. He is standing on that. So with him standing on him still exploring, I feel like y'all should make him explore his ass about that house. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I skipped the whole scene. I'm going off my notes. I got so excited about the boom boom room. Girl, I skipped over everything that happened before the I'm sorry, y'all. I was so excited to talk about the boom boom room. But okay, let's move back a little bit before the boom boom room. But y'all already got the boom boom room, in my opinion, on that. So the girl Bree come in. She talking about like where my bed at? Where my man bed at? Like where he sleeping? Like I said, doing a lot. She ends up saying that she feel like the girls is jealous. Girl, he got 4 kids, 2 baby mamas. No shade. Nobody's jealous. The only one who kind of feels some type of way is Athena, obviously. And she was saying, like, in the beginning, all of us liked him, but he's been passed around, just watch your back. No, don't watch your back. Watch that bitch in your face. That's what you need to do. Cause she the problem, obviously. And from what I seen in the trailer down the line, them two get defined. So they gonna bump heads, it seems as though behind Trap, in my opinion. Well, or in my predictions currently right now. Now, obviously, everybody found out that Michael knows Bree or whatever the case is. John them starts, asking him, like, you ever got with her? You ever did anything with her? He's talking about he plead the fifth. He cracked some eggs this morning. Like, all that extra just lets it be known that they did do something. They did mess around. Something did happen. Because if he did, he would just simply said, no, I ain't never been with her. No, we just cool, da da da. But all that extra plead the fifth and everything, obviously we know they did something. But in my opinion, it really don't matter because it don't seem like she stunned him and it don't seem like he stunned her. Honestly, for me, that was before the show. As long as he's not overdoing it with her or trying to do too much, I wouldn't even worry about it, honestly. Just because they had something in the past don't mean they still have something now. Especially if it was just casual or just something to do. It'd be different if they was in a relationship or a long-term situationship. But girl, please. So I couldn't help but notice, because the camera kept going back and forth from the boys to the girls, whatever. I couldn't help but notice every time Desi said something, everybody, ah, ah. But it's the same one y'all feel as though it's shady. She's a bitch, all this and that. But Y'all laughing at every joke. It seems as though she's kind of controlling or navigating where the conversation is going. But she's a bitch though. She be throwing shade though. She's jealous. She's making these funny little remarks. But all y'all ha 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 and up with her ass. Now, again, let's go back to the next day. With John and a new flame already getting into it. So Camo ends up saying that he feels as though he could have had mind control over Chloe if he wanted to, but he allowed her to do her thing. But if he wanted to, he could have told her like, "I don't want you messing with nobody but me." Who the hell do you think you are, Bumpity Bump? I don't think you got that type of power. I personally don't, especially off one handstand clap. You didn't think that you got mind control over her own? No. But I will say she kept comparing because it was so soon in her doing it with them. She kept going back to Camo. She was like, "Oh, John didn't do it like Camo this, John didn't do it like that." But that's because you had already told John that you did it with Camo. So he didn't have to overly do it or, play like he actually cared about you. He just did what he needed to do. Make sure both of y'all was feeling it. Now, her saying that she wished the night never happened, I do kind of want to get more details on why she just didn't want the night to happen. Like, was he too rough? Did you not get one? Like, what's going on? But then too, I would say this is a prime example of a woman not speaking up, just being in the room and letting the man just do what he want to do instead of saying like, "Hey, that hurt," or "Oh, I don't like this," or "Can you do this a little more," or whatever the case is. It seems as though from how I'm interpreting it, she wished that it never happened. Is she was in her head, number one, about the situation. Number two, she was in her head like, okay, this is the second guy. We are in the boom boom room. I have to let him, which you didn't have to let him do anything, but okay. I think it was that, but also too, again, like I said, she was comparing the fact that, she wants a connection, but she being passed around now. Like it's giving a pass around girl. And when y'all got in the boom boom room, he just was thinking about himself. Immediately he bent you over and he did the stuff that he wanted to do. It didn't seem like he was trying to be gentle or nothing. He just like, okay, she was already easy. So I'm just gonna get my easy and get my nut and I'm gonna go on. So I think it is more so like a mental thing, maybe of how she felt afterwards. Maybe she felt dirty or something. And now because she ain't had sex with two of them, she might have just wished that it never happened because of how it makes her feel, what she think other people think. Because obviously, as much as these girls playing each other face and kiki cackle, obviously they think Chloe's on. Obviously a 304. And again, I don't think she did anything wrong because her body is her body. If she wants to do that, nothing's wrong with that. I think it's a way that you do it on camera though. And on camera, you don't try to make it seem like you're that type of person. Cause again, everybody here to have a good time, but you got to think about your reputation, your brand. How do you want to brand yourself? All this and that. Do you want opportunities outside of this? Not saying that, this is Love Island or anything like that, but just if you're gonna do certain things shouldn't have a track record or something that we could pull up on a TV. I don't think she did anything wrong, but I think she did what she did at the wrong place. But then too, this is a black network. To be honest, Chloe won't be remembered like that. No shade. So we won't hold her as much accountable because it's not like on Caucasian programs. Now the next day they end up doing like the wine tasting or the bar. They put us with the wine tasting folks because obviously they want to see Desi and Trap's reaction to Bree and Michael hooking up outside of the show or whatever. And that I guess Desi is looking for Michael to be honest about it, which I do understand. But to an extent, again, it's not that deep. I think she's going really hard behind it. Trap really ain't going that hard. I don't think it's that deep. I do think that Michael is annoyed, and he getting out of that cool dude element because he feel like he grown and he don't have to explain himself, which he don't. But I think if he would have pulled her to the side and told her from the jump, like, yeah, we did mess around back in the day, but I don't want that with her, that could have been a thing. But also, too, do he really owe her that? Because they did just come on this show. They all don't know each other like that. But maybe he do, because she kind of getting close to him. But then she did just say she wanted to explore her connection with Trap. I don't know. I'm 50-50 about it. A little bit, I'm like, yeah, he could have told her. But the next part of me is like, no, he didn't have to tell her. But overall, I really don't think he's that serious. I do think Desi is doing a lot behind it, as far as like, being shady and stuff. Because who is this girl? This girl ain't even stunned Michael. She is on Trap hard. I would have asked him about it, because the new flame did tell her. I would have asked, but I think the way she going about it is kind of petty and childish, because Michael seems like a good dude. He ain't necessarily telling the truth about him and Bree's history, but I do think overall he is a good dude, and I think that I like him for Desi currently right now, and I would prefer her to explore that than keep trying to explore Trap. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I know it was kind of everywhere. Hopefully y'all was able to keep up. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Mwah. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what's up? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, come on, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a doggy bow, our doggy yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's go and get into today's video. So first things first, I definitely had made a decision in my mind that I was going to start reviewing Jocelyn's Cabaret after the last episode. This hoe want to go viral doing bitch, what we doing, the staring contest? I said, let me go watch it. And not only did I watch it because of that, I also watched it because of y'all. But I will say this. Next season, y'all probably is not gonna see me review it if the trailer is not bomb. Like, I'm telling y'all, if the first episode they not coming in on some different type of storylines, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not, because I feel as though the whole season has been about Chinx and the new girls getting bullied, and I'm over those storylines. I will say, as soon as I was about to give up on them, that's when Danny called out the OGs, but then, turns around and fight Chinx. Weird. So, I see progression happening, but they are about to wrap it up soon. So I did tell myself, like, I'm going to just go and do the rest of the season, because they are about to wrap it up soon. So this is for y'all. I love y'all. And because Jocelyn went viral, I made the review. So we start off with G Baby getting eliminated by Jocelyn. Basically said that, she didn't fight enough for her. And because her ass only came here to dance and not entertain and dance, Jocelyn don't want to be bothered. And they do say, she did like good tricks and stuff like that, but they didn't say like she was the best dancer. Like, she wasn't up there with Neek and Kanaya. So with her not being up there with them, I guess, she was sloppy on certain things, or they felt like they could go without her on certain things, because she's not bringing anything to the show, maybe to the cabaret, but not to the show overall. And it does seem as though Jocelyn is getting rid of all the new girls. Like, girl, what the hell do they all come here for? And I get it too, to an extent. Like, it's a TV show. I just came here to dance. Okay, you think you're on Dance Moms? You think you're on Dancing Dolls? This ain't where you just come and dance. This is where you fight. And then you dance, okay? Simple. It's rules and regulations to this show. Now, one thing that irritated me, I don't like Dez, is Dez petting her like she was a dog. That did irritate me, because, like, petting her is insane. Now, G Baby does her goodbye. She ends up saying that she wasn't expecting to do all this fighting. I said, girl, did you watch any of the other seasons? Do you watch Zeus? Like, what are you talking about? You didn't think that you was going to be doing all this fighting, all this chaotic stuff, all this drama. That's the purpose of the damn show. Stupid. So we move on to the next scene with the sprinter, and basically Neat confronts Kanaya, ends up letting her know that she heard from Des and them that she felt like she can dance better than her. She was gonna take her spot. Neek, you on the thinnest ice. You over here having a staring competition with a bitch. You was over here just crying. You was getting compared to her mama, and you worried about somebody saying they might can take your spot and dance better than you. I ain't even seen Kanaya take off the wig yet, let alone dance. And my thing is this, Jocelyn got a soft spot for you. And instead of you trying to confront Kanaya, I think that you should have been really like honing your skill and doing your thing instead of trying to confront her about if she said that she was gonna take your spot or not. I think you directing a lot of your anger in the wrong places because Jocelyn keep little girl and you. We move on to Lexi, and basically the OGs just jumping on her because they feel as though she owes them more loyalty because she's known them for a year and she shouldn't have tried to break up the fight. Y'all, they so weird. All she did was try to break it up. They act like she was hitting them. She jumped in a fight to help Kanaya. Like, she didn't do any of that. So it's really not that serious. It's not a big deal. And my thing is too, Lexi has been like here and there for the show. You really ain't too much seen her. But obviously the score of women are getting lower. Y'all are in certain cliques, and I don't think they put Lexi in the clique. In my opinion, it does seem as though it's Neek, Erica, Des, Oceans, maybe T Love and Egypt here and there, but they not right in the clique. And maybe not Danny, but the Voodoo Girl. So, the rest of them is sprinkled. So they got to kind of find friends where they can find friends at. And I think Lexi got with Kanaya because Kanaya ain't got nobody either. So they close. Now, one thing I like about Chinx, I do feel as though Chinx is a show. I'm not going to lie to you. Chinx is a show for me. She gonna run her face. She gonna call them out. She gonna let it be known she ain't here to make friends. She don't like none of them. Like, she be on time, man. I do think, sooner than later they gonna make her go home. I don't think she gonna last the whole season. Even if she do, I think Jocelyn gonna make her go home at one point. I really do. But she ends up calling out Scott. She like, how you gonna try to fight me or jump me with the same folks who jumped and whooped your ass? Scott told me something. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Mind your business. Chinx looked at her. What do you want to do? Scott, get up. I don't mind Chinx getting that with Scott because Scott is weird to me, in my opinion. Like, regardless of if y'all all got cool or not, you initiated in or not, I'm not jumping to help them fight. It's no way I'm jumping to help them fight when all them was just jumping me not too long ago. It's after I showed them that I whooped their ass, they stopped messing with me. Like, no, no, cause no, we're not doing that. So they get defined. Round one, I'm gonna get a Chinx. Chinx was macking. Round two, I'm gonna get a Sky. I feel like Sky was in there round two. She was like, hold on. So they start the sprint. They get to the hotel. Sky ends up letting it be known she gonna call her brother on security because security was grabbing her arms. Now, I don't think that she was calling her brothers or nothing. Because, girl, security, all them men versus maybe 2 or 3, 4 brothers. No. And two, if you want to be on Jocelyn Cabaret, what you really like calling your brothers on security? Like, girl, that wouldn't have worked out for you. So they move on to the next day, and Ocean and Chinx is going back and forth about the tour. Like, this is the mini tour versus the big tour or whatever. But Chinx gets right down to business and lets it be known that she's getting all three of them, aka Des, Erica, and Oceans. And I'm so excited for her to get them bitches. And I hope Jocelyn lets her get them one by one. Now, we get on the other bus, and Lexi was just taking up for herself, basically just saying, she did nothing wrong. She was just trying to break the fight up. T Love ends up saying that Kanaya did not jump and Lexi fight. Lexi fight was the first day. Cause I didn't even know that girl. Why would she jump in that? And honestly, they had to force Kanaya to fight anyway. So what is she jumping in there for? And T Love told him, I told you every time, I was gonna have your back. Neither one of y'all have had each other back the whole season. I only feel like T Love hasn't had to have anybody back. Egypt has had her back for her because T Love be getting tore most of the time. In her face this whole season, she been getting like beat up. And Lexi, got her fade off the first episode. Then after that, she ain't got into no more fights since. Until she get to fighting with the other girl in the next episode. I forgot her name. Maybe her name, not Danny, but it's the other one. Andrea. I can't never remember Andrea's name. She is so annoying. Now, when Danny ends up breaking down on the bus, basically just telling them that they are mean girls and, they do make people feel uncomfortable. And the only why she's really gotten to the new girls is because they won't accept her and they don't like her. That really came from a place of wanting to be accepted. In my opinion, she wants them to like her. She wants them to be cool with her. But she know they only really like talking to her and stuff because they want her to be on their side right now. The fact that she got the crying and all that, I said, oh, she's feeling it for real. She's actually feeling it. Like, she really wants to be accepted by these girls, and these girls don't like her like that. Now, they get in front of Jocelyn, and Ocean's called Chinx out in front of Jocelyn. Now, my thing was, when she asked you to fight on the bus, it was, oh, we not doing that right now. But in front of Jocelyn, you need that. I don't like Oceans. I really don't care for her. But y'all already know that. Good. And now we get to the parts. So Johnson then calls out Nick for promoting the show, which the show was really good. Even on the episode, the show was fire. The show was everything. But she like, you don't be promoting. You promote one time. Da da da. Nick was like, I promoted 4 times. Johnson said, what you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Good. Then they get to staring at each other. Good, that man put the crickets in the sound effects. Good. She said, what we doing, a staring contest? Ho? She was like, what do you want me to say? I'm just looking. Girl, Neek don't know what to say. She really do not want to lose her job. Her job is on the line. But Jocelyn is, over her. I definitely feel like Jocelyn, if this was old Jocelyn would have slapped the dog out of Neek. She would have slapped Neek to the floor, to the ground. You can just tell, like, if she was where she used to be, you know what I'm saying? Arm on nose. Girl, hand on nose, girl. Nick would have been on the floor by now. Would have been to the ICU a long time ago. Okay, you could tell like she do not care for Nick right now, and I think it's a thing of like she want to let Nick know she don't run nothing over here, which I do understand that. So I think she going so hard on Nick to let Nick know and everybody else know she don't give out no favoritism. Like any of y'all can get left. So they end up finding out that Chinx is telling folks what's going on the show. Whole bunch of that, the phone situation, whatever. I don't know who she was telling it to, but okay. But in the midst of that, Danny then hits Chinx. I feel like that was corny. And I feel like that was a way of her trying to let the other OGs know, like, hey, I'm y'all friend. Like, I'm good now. I want to be cool. I don't think she hit her because Chinx lied to her. I think it was more about wanting them to accept her. Because I definitely thought that was corny. So they go into the rehearsal space and Danny just staring at Chinx. They staring each other down. Baby, Jocelyn and that man don't play. They said if y'all fight, baby, y'all will be gone. Like, I'm not playing that. And you could just tell Jocelyn is taking her craft, her music seriously. Like, okay, the show is over. Now, come in here and show me what you got. This really why y'all here, but come and show me what you got. I'm not finna be dealing with all that. Y'all can do all that later. Now, before we move on from this scene, Nick is starting to get on my nerves. I do kind of see what they saying about her just being cocky, and you know how she think her shit don't stink for real. She's talking about some Kanaya. I think we supposed to be up here, or this is my spot, and da da da. Oh, this how you do it. You turn this way. I see why Jocelyn's putting her place, but with Jocelyn doing all that, then she's taking her frustration out on everybody else, and it is making it an intensive work environment. Now they end up going back to the hotel to go and get ready for the show. And I don't even know what Dez was talking about, to be honest. I didn't even put it in my notes. But Dez ends up saying that somebody can't hang with them because they be on positive energy. Girl, I had to stop the iPad in 15 seconds back because who be on positive energy? Not you hoes. Y'all is the most negative bullies. Like, girl, bye. And Dad can't even fight like that. But because she got backup now, she got Neek, she knows she can really kind of do what she want to do. And she been getting away with it all season. Now, we end up seeing like a little snippet of Kanaya before she gets to talking to Neek and all them. You can just tell she overwhelmed. I feel as though she's kind of regretting her decision a little bit by being bothered with these folks. Cause I think it's just a lot for her. Like, I don't think that she, out of all the new girls, really signed up for this. Like, how much real drama goes into this. You know, how these girls is picking on certain people. And I think that, you know, she is getting to her breaking point. Even though she is one of the ones who went on tour with Jocelyn, I do think, you know, to an extent she's at her breaking point. But I understand why they are picking on her because she in the front. She one of the new girls. She one of the best dancers. So obviously they picking on her because she really can dance. She's good at what she does. And, you know, a lot of them are still in the back. So that does make sense. And I think they need to speak on that more, how a lot of the OGs are in the back and they are jealous that they not in the front, can't get solos. You know, these new girls is, you know, doing circles around them in a way. And I think that's another reason why Dez is threatened by Kanaya's presence. Not only is she getting into it with Jocelyn, or Jocelyn, you know, little girl in her, but also too, it's a great dancer coming on here. Not even good, but great dancer come on here. She polish up her look a little bit more. Bitch, you probably out of a job. And you want to be Miss Young Diva. And you know they not going for that. So I think that's why she keep kind of getting into it with Kanaya. But Kanaya has every right to say that she's a great dancer, that, you know, she's the best dancer. Like, she has every right to be confident in herself and everything. And I'm with Lexi. Like, girl, who cares? Why can't both of y'all be confident? Why can't both of y'all be great dancers? Nick is overdoing it, and she is yelling. She yelling the whole time while she's talking to that girl. Like, no, she needs to be slapped. But overall, the show was really good. I watched the whole show through. It really was good. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.